Hello, I am Maricita Colors in English. We are in the second part of our beanie hat Niko. In the first part I show you how you must to make the magic ring and you make the increases. Here we have 5 rounds of increases, so has 60 double crochet, 60 stitches, 60 puntos. And after this I make 10 rounds with 60 double crochet. For that our beanie hat is uniform. At the end I make this single crochet with the white color, and I will show you here how we start to make, and I will finish to make this fantasy stitch. For that you can make this beanie hat is for babies, for kids, until for us. You can make with another colors, you can make or one color. So here I have another pattern, and here I have 48, 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds of increases. The 4th round is 2 double crochet together and 2 alone. If you make like this has 5 rounds of increases, so it's 2 double crochet together and 3 alone. In every round only increase this double crochet alone. You can see in the first part how I show you. So in this 5 round is 2 double crochet together and 3 alone. If you make 1/6 round is 2 double crochet together and 4 double crochet alone, and again the 2 double crochet together always, and you must to repeat all around. So here in this beanie hat, in this pattern, I am making 2 with my hook number 3,50 millimeters, and in every stitch I make the double crochet. And normalmente we make like this, usually we make like this. I make good the light, but now I cut only the half of the stitch, and here we make the double crochet, varetas, double crochet, varetas, or punto alto en español. So here you must to make only the long of your beanie hat that you want. Here I will finish this round, and I will show you how you change the color like the white in my beanie hat, and after this I will show you how we must to make this fantasy stitch. So this is only a little, kleine, pequeña, pequeña en español, kleine en Dutch or German, un little pattern, pequeña muestra, muestra pattern, Muster in German. Okay, welcome to my channel. I am Maricita Colors in English. Welcome to all the people that look my channel for first time. I try to show you a little Spanish too. I am from Peru, Latin America, and I try to show you always how the names in Spanish. Look, now we arrive here where is the chain, that is the first double crochet, and here we always must to make the last double crochet here, and here I make the last double crochet, and we must to close. Here I make the double crochet, and here we join. Look, up of the chains is 1 stitch, and here we make the famous slip stitch. We pass, and for close we pass again inside of the chain, and we push always this last stitch. We cut and we push the last stitch. You must to cut the another color too. And now I will show you with another color, for that you know how I start to make. I make the same like in this beanie hat. And after this I will show you how we make the single crochet or the fantasy stitch. Where is the yarn where I cut, I always begin the new or the new or el nuevo color. Okay, now here I pass into this last stitch, look, here, up. I don't pass between double crochet and double crochet, look, I pass here up. And here we bring the new color, el nuevo color, and we make like one chain. I push. After this, at the end, you must sew this yarn with the big needle. And now I make again one chain. This is like the first single crochet. And in every stitch, look up. Now I catch the stitch normal. And up, look up, I will make the single crochet, punto medio. Punto medio, punto bajo o medio punto en español. Single crochet. In every stitch, we make the single crochet. Insert, we bring the yarn, we have 2 loops and yarn over the hook and we close the 2. This is the famous single crochet, punto medio. And in every stitch, I make only one double, perdón, it's in español, we say sorry, perdón. So we make one single crochet. If you see that your beanie hat is a little big for your kid or for you, you can make this single crochet with one hook number 3 or number 2. This makes that your beanie hat is a little stretch for you, for your size. Oh, sorry. So in every stitch we make one single crochet. I will make all this round for that you can see how we make. It's the same that I make in my beanie hat, but look, I show you another option of colors for that you can see that you can do this beanie hat not only for Christmas. You can make this beanie hat with all the colors that you want. And you can make with thick yarn, lana gruesa, yarn, lana, thick, gruesa. And with the thick yarn, you don't need so much increases. When you use thick yarn, you must use a hook thick. And when you use a teeny yarn, you must use a teeny hook. Hook, ganchillo. Teeny, delgado. Thick, grueso. Yarn, lana. In German is Wolle. Yarn, Wolle. For us, yarn or lana is wool too. It's the same. Wool, lana. So we make in every stitch up, look up. I will make this up, up. I don't pass between double crochet and double crochet, and here we make the famous single crochet, el famoso punto medio. In español, we call this this stitch is punto medio, medio punto, or punto bajo. We have 3 names. Every person here in YouTube use a lot of names for this famous stitch. Famoso punto. Stitch, punto. Stitch, punto. Okay. I make all this. If you must remember, if your beanie hat has 60 stitches, you must have in every round 60 stitches, for that is uniform. So here we make only the single crochet. And I take the stitch normal. Here always I must make this stitch. And here we arrive where is the first chains. So here we must pass inside, up, and we must make the famous slip stitch, and ready. And now again, for a start a new round, you must make, for the new round we must make again one chain, And here you must skip this because this stitch is of this chain, so we must go in the next and we must make the single crochet. And here I always try to make where I made the first chain of the begin, because when I come here to join, I must join with the slip stitch in this stitch in the first chain. I make this because the single crochet is not so easy to see like the double crochet. The double crochet is more big and it's more easy to recognize, but the single crochet not. So I want to show you here I make 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet. If you want, you can let your beanie hat like this. You don't need to make this fantasy stitch. You only close and it's ready. But if you want to make this, I will show you now. And now I will show you a little more for that you see how we make the second round. Up, look up, we make the famous punto medio, el famoso punto medio. Punto stitch. So in every stitch we make 1 single crochet. And you know, if you want that your beanie hat is a little not so big here, because maybe it's big here in your base, so you must use only a teeny hook. For that is more little. It's like I will show you I make this beanie hat for me. And I make the base big, look, this is super big, and I make this is single crochet, look. I make here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds of single crochet, and look, this make that my beanie hat is not so big. So this beanie hat is perfect for me. I gave you the size in the last part. I always catch the stitch like I make the double crochet. For this I must make here only single crochet, only single crochet. This is one tip that if you want to make your beanie hat a little not so big in the base here, that is in the stern. I hope that stern is where go over beanie hat here. La frente. En español we say la frente. So in every stitch I only will make here this round for show you how we make, how I start to make the fantasy stitch, and I will finish with my beanie hat. So don't forget to subscribe you here in my channel Maricita Colors in English. Every week I try to make new tutorials that I have in my channel in Spanish. You can see my channel in Spanish, Maricita Colors. So you can subscribe, it's total free. Both channels are total free for subscribe. So now we make the single crochet, and I will show you how I start to make the fantasy stitch. You can make the rounds of the single crochet that you want. You can make more, you can make less. It's all that you want. Okay, I repeat this. You can find me too in Facebook, Maricita Colors in English. And you can write me too. So look, where is the chain? Look, here is the chain. Here is the last double single crochet that we make. And we will join with this chain that we make. So here is the chain and we will join. with the single slip stitch here, and ready. If you want, you can cut, you can pass again the yarn, cut, and you must to finish. You can finish here your beanie hat. But if not, you can make, I will show you how we start to make this fantasy stitch. Now, if you want to make more rounds of single crochet, you can do it, but now I will show you. Here I will make 3 chains, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3 chains, look. And now I will insert in the first chain, look, and we will make one slip stitch, ready. And now we have like this. And now we go in the next stitch, not in this because this is of these chains, in the next, up always, and we make another slip stitch for join this fantasy stitch to the thread. And now we go again to the next stitch and we make again one slip stitch. And from here we make again 1, 2, and 3, and we insert in the first again, and we pass the yarn with a slip stitch. We join in the next stitch with 1 slip stitch, and we go in the next stitch with another slip stitch, and again 1, 2, and 3. And again in the first chain we make the slip stitch. In the next stitch we make 1 slip stitch, and in the next stitch we make another slip stitch. It's like we jump in another, for that the fantasy stitch are not sewed together. You can probieren, or you can try for make together too. And now 1, 2, and 3, and again in the third chain we close here and we jump in the next stitch with a slip stitch, and again in the next with another slip stitch, and from here again 1, 2, and 3 chains we insert in the first, look, and here we make the slip stitch, and in the next stitch we make another slip stitch, and in the next again another slip stitch, and you must to repeat the same for all around. So here again in the first chain we make the slip stitch, in the next stitch we make 1 slip stitch, and in the next stitch another slip stitch, and look, it's beautiful. These colors are beautiful too. So I will continue here for show you how we close. Okay, now we are here for make the fantasy stitch. I will repeat here for that you can see. We must to make 3 chains. We must to join in the first chain. We make the slip stitch. In the next stitch another slip stitch. In the next stitch another slip stitch. And from here 1, 2, and 3. And repeat. We must to repeat all. Here in the next stitch 1 stitch. In the next stitch another slip stitch, 1, 2, and 3, and we join. We go in the next stitch, we make the slip stitch, in the next stitch another slip stitch, and again 1, 2, and 3. This is the famous, okay, not so famous, but it's a fantasy stitch. Fantasy stitch en español, punto fantasía. So when we make this, we must to go in the next stitch and make the slip stitch, punto deslizado, another punto deslizado, 3 chains, 3 cadenetas. Entramos en la primera cadeneta, we insert here into the first chain and make 1 slip stitch. And after this we go to the next stitch, al siguiente punto, y de nuevo, nuevamente, again to the next stitch, and from here we must to make 1, 2, and 3. 3 cadenetas, 1 slip stitch, 1 slip stitch in the next, and 1 slip stitch in the next. So we must to make all around our beanie hat. You can use this fantasy stitch for all. 1, 2 and 3. And here we insert in the first chain. We go in the next stitch and we make the punto deslizado. In the next stitch otro punto deslizado, and from here 1, 2 and 3, and again in the first chain we insert and we make the slip stitch. Again 1 slip stitch, in the next another slip stitch, and look, it's like the snow. 1, 2 and 3, and we arrive in the beginning of our round. And here we can insert in the next stitch and we can join with a slip stitch. And here we make again, we pass again the yarn, we cut and we close, and ready. And here always you must to push the last stitch, el último punto. Tienes que presionar, push the stitch, presionar el punto, for that is the same. Now only you must to lose all the yarns inside. I will show you quick. Here I will make here. You can let a little more for that you can close good. Here we are in the reverse, and here I can pass here. Not in the front, look, I only pass in the center of the reverse, and here I pass again my needle, aguja. For us this is aguja too. Aguja, and this is aguja too. O ganchillo, aguja, ganchillo, and this is aguja para coser. It's like a needle for sew, something like this. So here we pass again, and here we can start to pass. And look, I don't pass here in the front, I pass here only in the reverse. And here you can make again the same, for that your thread is total secure, and you don't must to push so much, for that it's not so you don't notice in the thread. So here you can pass in the center of the stitches until that your beanie hat is total secure. This single crochet is super good for close a little your beanie hat if you make the base big. And now you can cut. You can make one yarn more long like my yarn. So now we have ready our beautiful beanie hat. Don't forget that you can make in another colors too. So I will try to make another tutorial for you in English for Christmas, before Christmas. But I hope that you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like, don't forget to give me one like for that I make more tutorials for you. Okay, we see us the next time. Nos vemos en la próxima. Chao, chao.